Satellite images show Russia weirdly emptied its warships out of a Black Sea Fleet base only to put them back later. Satellite imagery of a Russian naval base in September revealed strange movements at the facility. On multiple occasions, Russia partially or completely dispersed its naval vessels at Novorossiysk. Satellite imagery of a key Russian naval base along the Black Sea has revealed strange behavior, specifically dozens of military vessels dispersing from the facility, only to return a little later. The images, collected by BlackSky in September and obtained by Business Insider, show Russia either partially or completely dispersing its naval vessels from the port of Novorossiysk for brief periods on 3 separate occasions that month. Please subscribe and follow me. The puzzling behavior has not yet been attributed to anything in particular, but it comes against the backdrop of a Ukrainian long-range strike campaign against the Russian Black Sea Fleet. The Black Sea Fleet was long headquartered at Sevastopol, in the southwestern corner of the occupied Crimean Peninsula. But a series of high-profile Ukrainian missile and naval drone attacks on the port forced Russia to withdraw its warships to bases in Feodosia, on the other side of Crimea, and Novorossiysk, in western Russia. The attacks have not ceased, and Ukraine has targeted Novorossiysk with drones multiple times this year. More than 50 vessels, a mix of surface warships, submarines, supply ships, and tugboats, are typically stationed at Novorossiysk, according to BlackSky's imagery and analytics. The company provides space-based real-time intelligence and has collected hundreds of port images since June 2023. But in September, BlackSky detected some unusual behavior for the first time. The military vessels left Novorossiysk briefly before returning. It observed 3 separate instances revealing a partial and complete dispersal of ships from the port. Imagery from September 2 shows the Black Sea Fleet actively abandoning the port at Novorossiysk, with over 24 vessels observed leaving the port for the harbor. According to BlackSky's imagery and analytics, similar activity was detected the following week on September 11, with just 7 vessels remaining in the port. And then a few days later, on September 14, there were no naval vessels at Novorossiysk for the first time. Some were seen hiding in the nearby commercial port, though. An intelligence analyst familiar with the imagery and data, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, described the Russian behavior as a new tactic, though it is unclear to what end. The most fascinating thing is when the ships cleared out, there wasn't an attack that followed, the analyst told by, adding that such activity hasn't been observed before at Novorossiysk. It's a brand new phenomenon of naval ships completely evacuating the port. They just have nowhere else to go. The analyst said the vessels don't go very far when they disperse, noting that, they mostly sit and loiter outside of the port where they cluster up and are still susceptible to an attack. It's not clear why Russia moved its vessels around in such a way, as the ship movement doesn't appear to align with any publicly disclosed attack on Novorossiysk. There was some locally reported naval drone activity near the port in early September. However, Ukraine did not announce its involvement, which it normally does after an attack on the Black Sea Fleet. Russia held large-scale naval exercises between September 10 and 16, but there was no involvement from ships in the Black Sea. Western intelligence said this was highly likely because of Ukrainian attacks during the first half of the year. Some analysts have speculated that the dispersal